Following on from my Tentbox Lite 2.0 review videos, I had a few people message me to ask me why I didn't film the tent being packed away. I did actually film this footage, but I decided not to include it in my main review videos simply to keep the length of those videos to a reasonable time. So I've decided to make this separate video showing you the tent being unpacked and then packed away again in full. It's slightly sped up to conserve time, but I've included the time code at the bottom so you can see just how long it took me. The first step is to remove the two outer straps and then unzip the cover off the base. The zip is a new addition to this model, where the cover on the Lite 1.0 was only held in place with Velcro straps. The addition of the zip makes the cover much more secure. Once you've lifted the outer cover off the base, there's no need to remove it anymore. With the Lite 1.0, the outer cover came off completely and you had to store it elsewhere, but many owners have ended up losing their covers. Instead, on the Lite 2.0, the cover now fixes into the C-channel of the base. It now means that you can roll the cover up and it stores in place underneath the tent using Velcro straps. This is a well thought out addition and definitely a practical upgrade over the Lite 1.0. Once this is done, you can extend the ladder out towards you, but don't forget that there are two more Velcro straps to undo, which you'll find on the other side of the base. To open the tent, you need to push down on the ladder and in the same movement pull the ladder back to bring the base over into a level position. You may also need to adjust your ladder depending on the height of your vehicle. Once the ladder is in place and the base is level, simply remove the tent poles from the pouch. Insert one end into the base and then connect the other to the rainfly cover. These poles will help keep the rainfly cover in place. The biggest take I had from setting up this tent compared to my old cargo tent is to invest in a step ladder. It will make life far easier for both setting up and packing away, especially if you're shorter or you have a higher vehicle like mine. At just under 6 minutes, this was a good first attempt, but with more practice and my wife to help, we could easily get that down to 3 or 4 minutes. To pack down, first start off by removing all the tent poles from the base that are connected to the rainfly hood. When it came to packing away this tent, I actually found it more faffy than setting it up in the first place. This was mainly down to the height of my vehicle, but like I've said previously, the best piece of advice I can give you is to invest in a step ladder. The ladders I've used while filming this video were about £30 from Amazon. They're lightweight and fold up for easy storage. I've put the link to these ladders in the description for this video. Once the tent poles are safely stored away in the tent pole bag, I would recommend undoing the Velcro straps underneath the tent base. These are the ones that are keeping the outer cover rolled up and in place. Next, take hold of the ladder and push upwards, forcing the base of the tent up and over. There's a bit of a knack to this, but you want to push up and then away from you so that the base folds over onto your vehicle. Be careful not to let the ladder spring upwards as the base drops down. In order to collapse the ladder, I'd recommend using the step ladder for the extra height to reach up on top of the tent. I'm 6'3" and I couldn't reach it without it. Once your ladder is collapsed, the next step is to start tucking the tent fabric into the tent base. Be sure to do this all the way around the tent and to tuck the fabric in as best you can. You may even need to lift the base a little to fit it all in there. There is some additional black waterproof material which is built into the edge of the tent base. You can see me touching this here. When the tent base is closed like this, the additional black fabric sits top and bottom with a gap in the middle. This material adds extra weatherproofing, but you need to be careful not to tuck this material into the base, only the main tent fabric. Next, you need to fasten the two Velcro straps which are attached to the base. You can see me doing this here. The next step is to come around and start getting your outer cover in place. After lifting the cover up, you first need to attach the top and bottom of the zip together. Once you've managed this, you can pull the zip along a little. As you can see, I'm having to go back and forth from side to side to get the straps and the zips in place. But if there were two of you, you could save a lot of time having to run around your vehicle. When you're zipping up the cover, be careful not to catch any of the tent fabric in the zip, so please don't rush. I made mention in the main review video that the new outer cover fits much better over the base compared to the cover on the original Lite 1.0. It's not as snug, meaning it's easier to fit into place. Once you've pulled the zip all the way around, you can hide the long toggle attached to the zip by tucking it up into the Velcro on the corner. Finally, you need to send the outer cover straps over to the other side of the vehicle. I'd wrapped mine loosely around my roof bars so they weren't in the way while I was camping. I carefully threw them over to the other side of the tent, before coming back around to the other side to attach them with the other Velcro straps. As you can see, it took me just over 8 minutes to pack down by myself, but most of that time was spent running back and forth around the vehicle. With an extra person and more practice, I'm confident in saying you could easily shave 2 or 3 minutes off that time. Hopefully that all makes sense, as it's been really hard to explain one strap from another. Any questions, just message me in the comments and I'll get back to you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and feel free to subscribe to this channel to see more of my content. As always, you're welcome to use my exclusive code Christopher Greenwood at checkout when ordering your brand new Tentbox tent. Please, have a treat from me and kickstart your next adventure. Thanks for watching and happy adventuring.